Hux, do you know what your name rhymes with?
Oh, I don't know, Kylo. Do tell.
Sucks. General sucks. High five. No? Okay.
Oh, hilarious. It also rhymes with the word I would use to describe what I did to your mother last night. Damn! Boom. Okay people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Tonight I'm going to take a look at the Star Wars Black Series General Hux from The Force Awakens. And at first this doesn't seem like the most exciting of releases. It's just a dude in a military uniform wearing a trench coat. But he was pretty important in the movie, if nothing else to give us our new Grand Moff Tarkin, maybe? He shows a different perspective on the First Order. This guy's completely loyal. He's just what you expect from a born and bred military officer. He's straight-laced. And, you know, I'm good with releases like this. This is a figure or a character that we're not likely to get in any other of the 6-inch lines that are coming out right now, the overseas lines. This is what I feel like the Black Series excels at, giving us, you know, those background characters, those not so exciting characters that we can use to fill up the display. Of course, at the same time, it gives us characters like Zuvio, who I don't even remember seeing in the movie. I'm good with that. I know a lot of people aren't, though, but I'm always down for bad guys. This comes in the standard The Force Awakens Black Series packaging. It's the red and the black, the nice little grayscale drawing of the character. It shows off the figure. It has the 13 on the side, and then a short little bio on the back above all kinds of legalese. So, packaging. Hey, it comes out of the packaging. Packaging goes away. And I'm going to get this out of the package and see how exciting this figure is. And here he is out of the package. And you know what? I like this. It's a dedicated sculpt, which is, you know, these days, if you're used to buying Marvel Legends or, you know, other toy lines that have a lot of reuse, it's nice to see a toy line that puts dedicated sculpts into the line. And with a line like Star Wars, you pretty much have to anyway. You have to. I mean, unless you're using stormtroopers or TIE fighter pilots. But when it comes down to main characters or even, you know, guys like this, a dedicated sculpt is the way to go. And I'm just happy to be getting those. And the sculpt itself is nice. It has a few surprises that I wasn't expecting. But for the most part, it's a dude in a trench in a military uniform. But it's a dude in a nicely sculpted military uniform with a trench coat. The trench is made of like a very soft material, so it gets out of the way of his legs. It's a nice black, and it actually matches the arms, so it looks like the coat over. It has a different sheen than the undershirt, the actual uniform underneath. And then the black on the gloves and the boots is very glossy, like a, you know, very leather look. The sculpt itself, I guess I didn't notice in the movie that the hat looked like this. It looks like it's supposed to be hanging down, but it's just upturned. It kind of caught me off guard. I don't really mind it, though. I'm starting to like it, but I don't really know what kind of hat this is, though. It's kind of... It looks silly from some angles, but that's no fault of the figure. That's the design from the movie. Underneath the trench coat, he does have these, I don't know what these are called. I never have, but the kind of poofs sticking out of the thighs, like riding pants, I guess. So that's one of the unexpected surprises. And if you really wanted to, you can take this trench off. It's easy. It just slides off the back. And he doesn't look that bad like this, just standard uniform. There is a difference between the blacks here and here, mostly sheen. This is like a shinier coat material, and then underneath more cloth. But maybe if you wanted to hit the whole thing with dull coat, maybe that would match it up some. And it wouldn't be too bad. That kind of works. He kind of has the squared off jacket shoulders that integrate really well into the jacket when I get it back on. They kind of stick out here, but it kind of lends to the military look too. Jacket slides right back on. And you can see when the jacket's sitting right, I like how it just, you know, flows right down the shoulder. It hides the articulation a little bit, but it doesn't hinder it at all. The left side's a little, it sticks up just a little bit, but that may have been from me pulling it open. If I have one gripe about the figure overall, it's the paint on the face, or, well, the lack of paint on the face. It's kind of this glossy, plasticky, just skin tone. So it reflects a lot of light, which hides some of the detail. There's no paint on the lips. Pretty much the only thing that's painted is the hair, the eyebrows, and the eyes. And then the hat is part of the sculpt, so it's, of course, painted. But, again, shoot this with a little dull coat, add a little lip paint, and I'm completely good with this. I want to say his hair was a little more red in the movie, but I'm not quite sure about that. Now for articulation, he has a ball at the top of a hinge for the neck, so he gets good down, pretty good up, side to side. A little bit of tilt, not bad. You get a forward and back shift a little bit. The hole going up into the head isn't as large as it could be, I guess, for more articulation. But again, he's just a general. He's going to stand above the troops and command them. Hinge and swivel at the shoulders, so it swings out 90 degrees, and then it swivels all the way around. Hinge and swivel at the elbow. It hinges forward about 90 degrees. Not great, but serviceable, I guess. And then it swivels in and out. Hinge and swivel at the wrist, in and out, and then swivels. The waist, there's not a lot of movement. You get the side to side, but there is a little bit of down and a little bit of back, but you gotta kind of force it in. So it's not great, but it looks great. It just flows from top to bottom. The hips are hinge and swivel. The hinge is out, not that far, but the skirt, well, lower tunic piece is split right here, so you do get some movement out without the skirt hindering it. The skirt piece isn't as soft as the jacket itself, but you can get up about that far. And then back, there's a swivel at the top of the thigh. There's a double knee. You get back about that far. There's a hinge at the ankle. It doesn't go forward a lot. It does go back great. I guess to keep that from having a big old hinge just sticking right out on the front of the ankle, they sculpt down a little further, so it gets in the way. And then a forward-facing pin for rocker ankle. For accessories, Hux comes with a pistol. And at first glance, this looks just like the pistol that comes with the First Order Stormtrooper, except cast in black. There's no white parts. I guess color coordination is a big thing with the First Order. But if you flip them over to the other side where this peg is to plug into the Stormtrooper's thigh, Hux's doesn't have that. There's no pin, and there's actually a little bit of resculpting here to get a little more detail. So it's not just the pin slashed off and, you know, a big blank spot there. There has been a little bit of resculpting done. And on this side, there's silver paint. This side is just straight black. He does hold the gun in his right hand. In his left, he's got this kind of, you know, uptight, pointy, two-finger kind of giving orders look. It's almost Vader's force choke, which throws me off, but maybe I'm in just complete Star Wars mode and that's what I want to see. But I can, you know, over there, even at his side, it kind of looks like it's, you know, at rest. So I can't complain about that. But if I'm not going to use the gun, he's stuck with this grippy hand on the right. I guess you could do this, have him on display. And I kind of like that. That's very militaristic, very in charge. Okay, here he is with the Black Series Captain Phasma and the SH Figure Arts Kylo Ren. My initial fear was that this figure was going to be small, just that it was you know, a human character. They were just not a lot of effort into it, but he stands almost shoulder to shoulder with Kylo. That's not bad at all. He fits in with the rest of the group. I like that. As the Visual Dictionary puts it, this is the command triumvirate of the Starkiller base. So on top of getting a, you know, nice human character, we also get the complete command crew of Death Star 3. The same goes whenever he's standing next to the First Order Stormtroopers. You can almost see that, you know, that size body would fit inside that armor. And this looks good too. This is how I have it on the shelf. I have Phasma in front of a couple troopers. I have Kylo Ren in front of the snow troopers. And then I'll have a couple of troopers for Hux. Hopefully I'll find flame troopers at some point, and maybe he'll get those. Each commander will have their own, like, specialized troops behind them, just in my display. So at the end of the day, I'm happy I found this. I was worried I wouldn't. I was afraid the stores would be just packed with Chewbacca's, Finns, and Zuvios. My area has actually been pretty good about, you know, new stuff coming in, because the old stuff is selling. The movies just got people out there buying this stuff. But that's my area. I can't speak for everybody's. And I'm already hearing the Django wave is hitting, so, Fast and Furious, I can't keep up with this. And I found Hux at 2 different Walmarts, but no Asties. So I'm still on the hunt for the Rebel pilot. But I'd feel like the last wave and this wave, it's just adding to the troops before they hit us with more main characters. I'm completely happy with getting him. But I'm not going to lie, looking at this body, looking at the size, looking at the character they gave us, and his role in the movie, this really makes me want a Grand Moff Tarkin. But for now, I'll live with General Hux. He'll command my shell for a while. So if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the Fwoosh. The bandolier, or, well, whatever, the straps up over his shoulders, they seem like they're removable, but they are glued down right here at the shoulder, so they won't slide off whenever you're moving him around. I was surprised. At first I thought the helmet came off, but I don't think the whole helmet comes off. I can't quite get it to budge. But this faceplate, it does come up. I noticed it was a separate piece. That's what made me think the whole helmet came off, but it's just this faceplate that comes up and over his head.